Press.
Hi, and thank you so much for joining me for another edition of one of our webinars where we will be looking at two of our six resort areas based in the beautiful, beautiful destination of Jamaica. Before we get into today's webinar, my name is Sedrecia Francis, and I am the Western Canada BDM, or Business Development Manager, as they say. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will spend the next maybe 30 minutes going through all that these two main resort areas have to offer. That's Kingston and Port Antonio. We will look at some accommodations, we will look at flights, we will look at attractions that you should visit while you're on island, all the information you will need to be off with Destination Jamaica and to be able to comfortably recommend and promote this destination to your clients. So without further ado, we're going to get started. Before we jump into the thick of the detail sharing, though, I definitely want to share with you our new campaign video. It really speaks to the heart of Destination Jamaica, and I will allow you to watch this after I'll give a soft explanation of what the message in the campaign really is about. Thank you.
Ah, Jamaica. It has beaches. It has mountains. It's lively. It's laid back. It roars. It tickles. It's sweet. It's spicy. It's hot. It's luxurious. It's adventurous. It's aged. It's brand new. It's mysterious. It's obvious. It's daring. It's relaxing. It's world famous. But it's down to earth too. That's Jamaica. It's a vibe. It's a vacation. Come and see for yourself.
Amazing. I don't know about you, but every time I watch that, I have a big grin on my face. It really ignites a lot of emotion for me, and I love the sceneries that are used. This campaign is actually dubbed Contrast, and as you would see, it highlights the multiplicity of different experiences that you can have in Destination Jamaica and the emotions that you get while you're on the island. So you're hot 1 minute and you're cold the next. So it just speaks to the different aspects that moves us when we're in Jamaica. We talk about Jamaica being a vibe and that it's something that we can't explain. And I feel like this campaign encompasses all of that. So thank you for watching. This is our team, Team Canada, an amazing group of people, hardworking, award-winning, all of that. Just a group shot to highlight and show you the team. I'm in there somewhere if you can if you can see me. So that's our sales team, our accounting personnel, or regional manager, the entire team. That's Team Canada for you. We're going to quickly move into, we want to tell you how to get to Jamaica, regardless of what we have and how awesome this destination is. We know it don't really mean much if you don't or cannot get there. So we have highlighted for you a few of our legacy carriers here in Canada. Again, your airline will be dependent on where you're based and just who offers in your region. But the good thing to note is that we do have connectivity to the island, whether direct or connections. You can get to Destination Jamaica, and that is a plus. We also have they're still in discussions, our management team consistently working to have new add-ons in terms of additional flights, flight routes into the island, because we know that is one aspect that really, really influence travel to the destination. In terms of your immigration requirement to get onto the island, you can use your passport, or you can, if you are a PR card holder, you can also use those forms of identification. Now, what's important to note is that it is required, there's a 6-month requirement for travel time on both of these forms of identification. It's custom required. Sometimes the possibility exists where they can let you through if it's not a complete 6 months, but you don't want to run that risk. So we advise that you have your clients have their documents updated before they get to the island so that they can comfortably enjoy and seamlessly enter the island. Yes? Moving on, we're looking at our C5 customs form. So if you have been to Jamaica recently, or if you have clients who have traveled, this is something that you would have had to recommend, or going forward, this is something that you need to recommend. Now, this is our paperless system or digital forms that are based online. You can access the forms at www.enterjamaica.gov.jm. We please kindly inform your clients and have them note that the forms are free. They're provided by the government of Jamaica at no cost, because there are some platforms that they enter that asks them to pay. And so that is something that we're trying to bring awareness to, is that these forms are completely free. They are mandatory to enter the island. And so we have asked that you indicate to your clients they have a 30-day period once their flight is booked to complete this form. So anywhere between that time, it should be done. I usually say tell them a week in advance. You don't want them doing it on the exact date and having any issues in terms of there is a response email that is usually sent. You want to make sure they have that before they travel. So please, it is mandatory. It is something they have to do. So ensure that you share the link in terms of the entry details. They can always visit the site and access it from there. We just want to quickly highlight for you also our 3 main airports that gets you into the island. Montego Bay is our largest airport, and that is based in the more northern side of the island. Now, Montego Bay is really dubbed our tourist capital because most of our tourists traveling to Jamaica comes in through that airport for more reason than one. Location, proximity, and in terms of that of our chain, a lot of our chain hotels are actually close to the Montego Bay airport, strategically set. And a lot of our experiences can be had in Montego Bay as well. So it's one of those very central points on the island. Or another of our international airports is the Norman Mantle International Airport that is based in Kingston. Now, if you have clients who are traveling in and are going to Portland, Kingston, Ocho Rios, this airport is better recommended for them based on proximity. It is not a heavy carrier as the Montego Bay airport, but it also is quite nice, nicely fitted in terms of having those international features. Or screen or automatic gates where you can have your face scanned and entered. All of those are offered in both those international airports. We also have our Ian Fleming Airport. That is not so much on the grander scale as the other two, but it facilitates flights coming in from Miami. So for smaller vessels and also for those smaller vessels that offers flights on the island, that is one of the aerodrome where they will usually land. So Not necessarily for you in Canada, but if you know anybody in the US who's traveling, Ian Fleming is one of those options that really takes them away from the cumbersomeness of the other two main international airports. Yes? All right. And we just have a picture here showing and highlighting what this is the Norman Manley Airport looks like if you have never seen or have never been through that facility. Next up, we're talking about our VIP lounge service. This is a travel service that is offered to, I call it upscale version of a travel service that is offered to persons going into or departing from Jamaica. Now, for our advisors, this is something that you can book for your clients. Yes. Or you can have your clients book this for themselves. Again, the service really speaks to just that level of convenience and a bit more elevation in terms of the offerings. Because in the lounge service, you can dine, use your Wi-Fi, all of that while you wait for your flight. In terms of arrival, it aids greatly in the process of getting through customs, where they meet you at the entrance of the plane and literally take you through customs. You don't have to wait in the long lines. You don't have to they take your bags, they carry your bags, that kind of a service. So this is recommended if you know your clients are willing to pay a little bit more. Also to note, because it is such a great service, the booking part of it is somewhat difficult sometimes based on availability because so many persons are trying to get in there to travel. So it is recommended that you book this as soon as you can in advance once you are sure that you are traveling to Jamaica. And as said, it is VIP Kingston and Montego Bay, so it is offered in both our main international airports. And again, just outlining some of the service feature, the meet and greet, they escort you, complimentary bar and snacks, all of that, all in one affordable price. Now, we move into transportation, getting around on the island. I know sometimes people are wary of driving, especially if you're coming from Canada, where we're on the opposite side of the road in Jamaica. I'm here adjusting, so it can be done. But if you don't want to go that road, if you don't want to stress yourself out with that, we do have options for you. We have Nuts for the Express, we have Juta Tours, and again, these are commercialized facilities that transport facilities that allows you the leisure and safety of moving around the island hands-free. Like you just need to sit back and relax. Nuts for the Express is personally one of my favorite tour operators because whilst I lived in Jamaica, going into Montego Bay is always a long drive. It's more affordable to take it and it's way more relaxing where you don't have to be stressing about the driving aspect of it. So we do have those options as well as we have personalized taxis, limo service. Um, you name it, we have it. Once your clients can afford it, it can be done. They can take our small vessels, like going into Portland if they don't want to drive that long road from Montego Bay to Portland. That's almost a 3, 4 hour drive. They can take a flight in. So we do have those options available. And again, here we're just quickly highlighting just some of the travel times for the different areas on the island. From Kingston to Ochi, it's 90 minutes. From Kingston to Port Antonio, 2 hours. From Kingston to the South Coast, like 2.5 hours. But again, please note that these times are dependent on your travel time, what time of day you're going. Is it peak hour? What day of the week is it? It is a Saturday where you're traveling through a market area. Those will definitely influence the actual time, right? But safety above all things, take your time and go, and we will get there all in one time, right? All right, moving on to our accommodations. Now, if you know, you know, we have a lot of offerings in this regards, just in terms of the different type of accommodation and what may appeal to you or your clients. So we have our hotels, we have our guest houses, we have our apartments, we have our villas. You name it, we have it. Airbnbs are also becoming a big thing. So if you know of any that is being advertised by a trusted agent, those are also the way to go. Here we have a breakdown of all the different hotels based on what we call our parishes or our main resort areas. And you can see that. So that helps in terms of you identifying which property will work based on the region your clients will be visiting. Quickly to get into romance, we know, I don't know if you know, but if you don't, you need to know Destination Jamaica is one of those locations for weddings. Weddings are a big thing on the island. And so we wanted to highlight just the ease of getting married in Jamaica. So couples can be wed within 24 hours of arriving on the island. No medical tests are required. We have officiants on property depending on where you are, or it can be arranged through your wedding concierge. We do have those packages and those options available, right? And so we're gonna get into our resort areas. We're gonna zero in a little bit more on Kingston, talking about the cultural capital. Now, if you know anything about Kingston, you know that is where the nightlife is. If you want to learn a little bit about more about Bob Marley, that is where you need to go, as that's where one of his main tours is located in on Hope Road in Kingston. So just to quickly get in, Kingston again is the capital of Jamaica. Our events landscape really is booming and buzzing right now in terms of what's happening in Kingston. They have over 2,500 rooms, which I can tell you when Carnival is upon us, it's not enough. So all the Airbnbs are sold out. But again, if you have clients who have reached out to you and they're like, listen, we need the nightlife, we need the food, there's a mixture of all of that in Kingston. Again, Kingston, the rooms are a little bit different from our main resort areas, as Kingston is really built more around business, as that's our main commercial hub. So the properties there may not oftentimes have a beach access. So it's really business based. But if you're going in for an event, people are fine with staying there and taking a day tour into Ocho Rios, where they can enjoy the luxury of the beaches on that side of the island. So there you go, Kingston for your entertainment and your culture. We move a little bit more east to the beautiful, beautiful Blue Mountains of Jamaica. This is actually the highest peak on the island that stands at 4,702 feet high. You can do a hike. I've done it once and it was amazing. You could do a hike that takes you all the way to the peak. So you could see the sunrise, like very, very, very awesome experience for anyone to have. But outside of that, the Blue Mountain is also known for our world-renowned Blue Mountain Peak coffee. And quite to the contrary, not most Jamaicans are coffee drinkers. We're more bush people, if you know. We're from the country. We dry our herbs and we make our tea, but this coffee is sold internationally more than it's sold in Jamaica because people who are true coffee connoisseurs love the Blue Mountain Peak coffee. And I'm not a coffee drinker, but I do enjoy a glass or a cup or two, sorry, when I do the tour at the Crichton Estate. That's one of those locations in the Blue Mountain that you can go and do a complete coffee tour to walk the farm, to see the coffee beans, how it's picked, how it's brewed, all of that. They show you the entire process. So if you're ever in Kingston, Again, this is maybe a 45 minutes drive from our main area in New Kingston, but it takes you into a complete different environment, a complete different landscape that catapults you into nature, and all you want to do is just stay. It is cool, it is serene, it is relaxing. And that is one of the great features of Jamaica, is just how diverse our product is. We move on to the beautiful Devon House. This area is also a historic site in Kingston because of being owned by the first ever Black millionaire in Jamaica, Mr. George Stibel. If you have time, you can always Google that and learn a little bit about his history. The house is still standing, owned by the government, and is procured and used for tours so people can learn a little bit more about our history, where we're coming from, and how we got to where we are today. To the left of the screen is oh my God, yummy, yummy, tasty Devon House ice cream. Now, this ice cream, if you're ever in Jamaica, is a must try. Rated the fourth best ice cream in the world by National Geographic. This is a smooth and decadent and delicious ice cream that if you are in Kingston, you must try. Many flavors to choose from. The only challenge is eating it fast enough before it melts in the Jamaica heat when you step outside. That's your only challenge. But if you are in Kingston, you must try this ice cream. And tell me what you think when you do, all right? We move into our Kingston guided tour. Again, this awesome company has come on board, and what they have done is just compounded amazing, put together an amazing tour that allows you to experience Kingston all in one go. Many stops, but one go, where you pile onto the bus. They take you from different locations, telling you and explaining the history of Jamaica. So you don't have to stress about driving and getting and parking. They take you from each of the main historic sites based in Kingston, give you a walkthrough and tell you about the different features and history and all that makes up those special locations that they have encapsulated in their tour. Again, you can always go online, Kingston City Guide Tours, to see their tours, their prices, and to register and sign up even before you get to Jamaica. Kingston is not Kingston without this location. We've mentioned it. This is the Bob Marley Museum. And if you've never done this tour, this is also a must do when you're in Kingston. This tour takes you through, as you can see the host there, it takes you through and tells you the history. There are relics and just things from Bob's life that is still in the space, that speaks to and is preserved to help people to understand who this man was, who this legend was, why he was how he was, and why to this day he has such a great influence on the world, even in his passing. So this is definitely a tour that is recommended for you. Spiritually and emotionally, a lot of people who really love Bob and his music find themselves being very pulled into this tour, and even some points getting emotional. So I recommend it for you to experience. All right, moving along. For those of you who have clients who are golf lovers, and again, we're pitching Kingston for this because we know a lot of people shy away from Kingston because they think there is not so much to do, but we just feel it just has not been publicized enough. And so hence why we're sharing the details here. So for golf lovers, we have the Cayman Manors and the Constant Spring golf clubs. And these are both 18 holders golf courses, again, that offers somewhat of a challenge for those of us who are into and want to experience Gulf while we're on the island. The Caymanas is about a half an hour drive from Kingston, and the Constant Spring, if you're in Kingston, if you're in New Kingston, that's maybe a 10-15 minutes drive from you. So all very accessible once you're in Kingston. This is one of our heritage sites. This is the Port Royal, one of the great sites there. For anybody who may not know, Port Royal is also a great part of the history of Kingston, as Kingston became the capital because of a great earthquake that had destroyed Port Royal. So most of the survivors had moved from Port Royal into Kingston, and that's how Kingston became the capital of Jamaica. Lots around the story of this heritage site. There are still relics, as you can see, stuff that exists that they do a tour and they tell you all about. But outside of that, the community has also worked hard at keeping this town's spirit alive. On a Friday night, you can go into Port Royal and have the best seafood that there is to have at Gloria's, who has two locations and many other offerings in the space. So if you're in Kingston, this is also an option for you to drive, maybe a 25 minutes drive, but worth every minute of it. And this is just a quick feature because we know a lot of people wouldn't be aware of the great Usain Bolt, one of our athletic champions in Jamaica. And this is one of his restaurants that's also based in Kingston. Great food, great vibe that comes alive only in Kingston, right? This is another of our Indian restaurant. And so we have a diverse offering in terms of food base and just experiences and what you want to do in Kingston, right? These are a few of the main properties that are based in Kingston as well. So you can always go on the site to see the prices and just to look and see which really appeals to you even more. All right, and this is a beautiful picture. I'm assuming this was taken from the Blue Mountain side, overlooking Kingston in the night. So when we say this is the life of the night, it starts in Kingston, right? And so we're moving to Port Antonio, and we're gonna do just a few highlights from this region as well. If you know, it's the home to jerk. That's one of the biggest things about Port Antonio, Boston jerk. So the history tells where the slaves who were brought from Africa lived in that area and brought some of their traditional ways of preserving their food, which would be to bury and to season. And so all of that was used and further gauged into creating jerk and the process. So a lot of people get a jerk sauce, and yes, we're happy that people want the jerk and people are buying the jerk, but just the jerk sauce is not jerk. Jerk is the actual process that talks about how the meat was prepared, how it was marinated, how long it soaked for, how it was cooked on an open fire, all of that. So all of that makes up that awesome culinary experience that we call jerk. Yes? We have the beautiful Rio Grande River also on your right. That's good for rafting. And we have a feature of Frenchman's Cove where you could go to swim if you're in Portland as well. Again, Ian Fling Marina. These are just some pictures showing what that area looks like. And more, in Portland, we have a lot of falls, a lot of rivers, a lot of beaches. So it's a water haven for those persons who truly love to be close to the water. Outside of that, it's green, it's lush, it's vibrant, it's serene, it is quiet, so it is quaint. So if you are, or if you have a client who it's a husband and a wife and they just want a relaxing vacation, Portland it is, yes? Again, some pictures of the rafting and below Monkey Island, named Monkey Island because there was a colony of monkey that lived there. They no longer do, but you can always visit the island. It's very shallow. When you get over there, you can stand on the sand, and or people have had the experience of dining there. That has to be done through special creators, but it's possible if you want it or if your client wants it. We have a little bit of surfing as here in Bull Bay, also to the eastern side of the island. So all of these are really just showing the diversity of the different in the location. If you're into the market, you can go for Portland. Portland has a great local market that you can go and shop and just taste the natural sweetness of the fruits and the foods that are grown naturally. So yeah. We're looking at a few of our main hotels also. If you are in Portland, G-Jam or Trident, these are a mixture because again, some will be more cost affordable than some, all based on your client's budget and what they really want. So pick the name, do some research, get your details, and get to booking. Yeah. All right, to the fun part of the presentation. We're talking about becoming a Jamaica travel specialist. No, for our agents, we say, we know you do all this work. Yes. We appreciate what you do. And so we tell you, we just want to give back to you. So this is what our One Love Rewards program is really, really about. So in booking and in sending your clients to Jamaica, we want to offer you more. We want to offer you also that awesome experience in Jamaica. We want to offer you our gifts through the points that you can earn, right? And so we're quickly looking at the benefits of becoming a Jamaica travel specialist. You get to do FAMs, you have complimentary JTB meet and greet. So quickly to stop. We spoke about the club VIP, and if for any reason, which sometimes it is a reason because it is oversubscribed, it's booked out, this is where you can have the JTB meet and greet assistance for your clients going in, especially if they have a wedding. We can reach out to the team. No, we don't have the luxury of Wi-Fi and the food, but the team in the Montego Bay office helps your clients to get through customs with ease in and out of the airport quickly. And that is also something that is greatly appreciated, right? So we have that. If you are an advisor and you're in, say for instance, Montego Bay, or you're in Kingston, and you want to do some site visits for properties that you're interested in selling, this is also something that is offered to you as a Jamaica travel specialist because we understand the importance of learning and knowing about the product. So once you have that interest, you reach out to us. We ask you at least a month in advance because again, our team in Jamaica has to make the necessary arrangements. But the arrangement that is made for you is that you are picked up at your hotel, brought to the site inspections, and then returned to your property. Isn't that amazing? Like, it's worth doing. Like, if there's a property you want to see, call the team, send us an email, reach out to your respective BDM, and we can set that up for you as a travel specialist. Points earned that you can use in our app store where you could get rewards for hats or you name it once the points are there. And it also allows you to get a 50% for VIP for yourself or your clients, right? So we quickly get into the Maple Leaf room. This is where all your information is stored as an advisor. Get in there, become en fait with the tabs that are there. All the information that you need is there. I'm assuming you will know where this is because this webinar will be posted there as well. So for you to access this webinar, you have to get into that space. But again, we just want to share that link with you. It's www.visitjamaica.com/Canada. Now, respectfully, we say this page is for you or advisors. not for consumer use. The information that is there is solely for you. So please do not share the information with your clients. Please, please, please. This is for you to have access to all the details that you need to be better able to update your clients. Yes? All right. Thank you. So moving on, we talk about how you become a travel specialist. We look at our training universities. You have two sessions. We have training universities, no, sorry. The training university that happens once every month. And in that training, we share any destination updates. So that is where you want to be. The information is consistently changing because again, we look at our focus is really highlighting those changes that have recently come on board. And we usually have a partner who will speak to our product, whether at our last session was actually Club VIP that we were talking about. It was an amazing session. So much was learned, and the persons online who attended really, really appreciated the information share. So that's also another area where you can get your timely updates about Destination Jamaica, again, which you can also access through the Maple Leaf platform, right? We talk about a travel specialist. There are two courses that you need to complete to become a travel specialist. It's a specialist program and our wedding program. Guys, do not shy away from this. I'm telling you, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Once you get in there, these questions are questions that you can answer with your eyes closed. So get in there, get registered, become a travel specialist because there are lots to do outside of the rewards that we've shared. I'm sorry I didn't have some pictures on here, but I gotta brag a little. Every year we do a top 50 for our travel specialists, and this is a marquee top tier event that you want to be in Jamaica for, right? So it's between our US and our Canada agents where they pick the top 50 sellers. Again, all you have to do is record your bookings. Once your clients book, you have from that time that they book until 15 days after they return from the destination to input that booking. And that secures you. Well, it depends on what the average recording is for the year. But again, you never know. So you just keep entering your bookings because it will be worth it in the end. So picture this. 1 week vacation paid to Jamaica. That's what you get. Attraction visits, events, being wine and dined. Like that's for an entire week. That's how spoiled the top agents are. Every single year we pick a new destination. The team puts together an amazing itinerary and we have a whale of a time on the island. And that's one of the big pluses to becoming a travel specialist, not only becoming, but recording those bookings. Guys, I believe in you. You can do this. Yes. All right, and it seems we're close to the end. I hope I haven't gone over my time, but thank you for sticking and staying with me. Again, this is our team. Dan Hamilton, who is our district sales manager, the awesome Raquel, who is based in the Greater Toronto area, and Oral as well. Both manage Toronto. We have Toronto, Ontario A and Ontario B, but still one team. The amazing, amazing Emily, who manages Quebec, and if you can recognize her. That's me, Sedrecia Francis, based here in Western Canada. Again, there is so much more to experience and so much more that I could share, but I want to keep you. So I want to keep your attention. So I will leave some for another time. Again, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to stay and to listen to all the information that I've shared. I hope it has helped you. I hope you know a little bit more about Destination Jamaica. Outside of that, I just sincerely want to thank you on behalf of myself and the entire team for all the work that you do as advisors. We are the intermediary between you guys and the clients, and so it is you who really push and sell Destination Jamaica. And what we are seeing in terms of record numbers, we couldn't do that on our own. And so we just want to sincerely tell you a big thank you for all that you do. Keep doing what you do. Destination Jamaica loves and appreciate you. Team Canada loves and appreciate you. Until we meet again, goodbye for now.